is going on, Capricorn? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazzy, your reader for today. This is going to be your what's the next major event taking place for you, okay? So remember, these readings are timeless, so whenever they find you is when it's meant for you, all right? So for those of you that are interested in booking a private consultation, checking out your other elements playlist, checking out my Etsy wish list, getting your girl a coffee, donating to the channel, any of that information can and will be found in every video in the description box. All right, so let's get started for Cappies. So first number out is 6. All right, so any of these numbers may be a life path number. We have 11, 6, 11. These may be your birth dates. Okay, these may be anniversary dates, and 1. Okay, so some of you may be a life path number 6, number 11, number 1. You may be seeing these numbers 666, 1111. Maybe a life path number 1, like I said, and these energies could be playing out in your 6th, 11th, or 1st house. All right, so got that out the way, so let's get into this. For Capricorns, I hope you guys are doing good, getting ready for a full moon coming up, you guys. It's like I hope you guys are just getting to a better place energetically. I feel like some of you have definitely been working really hard to, I'm hearing release judgment, maybe on yourself, okay? Judgment of yourself or others, which is beneficial because it helps lighten the energy, right? Lightens your personal aura. So let's see, Spirit for, not like half the deck, little book, Spirit for Capricorns, please. Focal point for next major event for Capricorns. I had to take a little bit of time, you guys, to recharge, so I feel I apologize for those of you that have been actually looking forward to your reading. This is definitely coming out a little bit late, and that's just because I had to recharge. Like, you guys, I was so fucking tired. My head was throbbing yesterday. I don't know what was going on, but I know I needed to ground. That was part of it. So anyway, I hope you guys are taking the time you need for yourself, okay? I hope you're taking the time you need to reconnect, to recharge, to regroup, reset, all right, reboot, all that stuff, okay? So we have 3 cards coming out for you guys. I definitely was not trying to get that many, but we have psychic abilities, justice, and career, okay? So this is a very, very pivotal time for you, Capricorns, because I feel like, for one, I feel like some of you, your psychic abilities are coming online, or they are heightening to a whole new level. And I feel like for some of you, it may be quite uncomfortable, because you have to have, like, I was listening to this today, and it really, I swear, it hit so hard. I was just like, oh shit, that's what's been going on, where we, like, say you manifest a bunch of money, right? And then next thing you know, it's all gone. And it's like, what the hell happened? It's because our container isn't big enough to hold that energy, because it's all energy, right? So it's like your container needs to be expanded to be able to maintain it longer, right? So it was just like, damn, that makes so much sense. So I've been, affirming about my container being increased, being stretched, being expanded. So I feel like for some of you, your container may be increasing, which is also increasing your psychic abilities, okay? So I feel like for some of you, if there's something that's been going on, if you have, for those of you that have, like, or maybe involved in a court situation or something like that, follow your intuition about what you're being guided to do, or things that you're, like, the way you're being guided to maybe answer questions that you're being asked. Follow your intuition about what's coming to you about that. I feel like some of you may be starting branching your career off, maybe going in a different direction. For some of you, you may be starting a career in the justice field or in the justice system. Some of you may be going to law school. Some of you may be studying to be a judge, okay? Jesus. Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell? That's okay. Whew. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm like, it's throwing me off. Okay. So anyway, but yeah, I feel like some of you may be starting a new career, maybe in the justice field, in the justice system. It's important that whatever direction I feel like for some of your career is going, or a new aspect that's being added to your career at this time, trust yourself about where you're being guided to go. Even if it seems, I'm hearing off the beaten path, that's for a reason. You need to trust that. This isn't the time to necessarily feel like you need to do things the same way it's been done. This is the time to pioneer to a new way, okay? So I feel like for some of you, your intuition is going to tell you which way to go or where to take this. I feel like for some of you, it has to do with like incorporating skills that you have now with what you're coming in to learn that may involve the justice system. Okay. So let's see. Spirit for Capricorns. Whoa. Okay. So some of you may be dealing with some fear at this time. Okay. But Spirit is reminding you to face everything and rise. Okay. So don't let fear stop you. I feel like for some of you, like I said, you may be guided to like get involved in the justice system in some type of way, or, you know, like I said, study to become like maybe an attorney or something like that of the law. Spirit wants you to trust the guidance you're receiving about that. Okay. If you're being guided to it, it's because it's for you. It may feel like I feel like for some of you, it may really make you uncomfortable, but it's something you're guided to do. It's something that is for you. Okay. Just because you're uncomfortable doesn't mean it's not your path, right? That just means that it's challenging you. It's stretching you. It's putting you out of your comfort zone. And for some of you, that is exactly what you need right now. That is exactly what Spirit is guiding you to do. And for some of you, that's why this is so major, because it's something that maybe you maybe never expected yourself to like want to pursue. But I feel like some of you, it's been on your radar lately. And Spirit is saying, face everything, rise. It's time. Okay. So, shh. Keep your ideas, plans, whereabouts, what you're doing, who you're doing it with, and how much you're making to yourself. So I feel like for some of you, there may be people around you that are trying to be in your business, that may be asking you questions that they really don't need the answers to, that maybe it's not really for them to know. Okay. If there are people around you like that, that's asking those kind of questions, like I would shut it down. I feel like Cappies, y'all have no issue doing that. Okay. But it's just, I guess the spirits, you know, giving you that. So it's on your awareness, right? Just so it's on your radar, that don't, you know, feel like you talk too much. Don't talk too much. Okay. I feel like for some of you, when you know, if you let your ego kind of get in the driver's seat, you might hop in the driver's seat and just take off. You know what I'm saying? And then you start saying stuff that maybe not everybody needs to know. So just be mindful, okay, about maybe not telling. Maybe it could be have to do with the justice system, like to not say how much you're making, not disclose how much you're making unless you really have to. You know, for some people, for some of you, it's just simply none of people's business. Period. Okay. So, all right, Spirit, let's get some more insight for Capricorns about what this next major event is for them. Hermit. For some of you, you're dealing with the Virgo. You have Virgo in your chart. For some of you, this is about doing your shadow work. Okay. For some of you, you've been doing shadow work and you're starting to now see maybe forward progression in certain areas of your life that's like reflecting the work you've been doing, which is beautiful. That's a really good thing, right? But for others of you, this is a need to maybe go within, to spend some time with yourself, to really go within and reflect on, like I said, maybe with this psychic abilities here is talking about your intuition, that your intuition is trying to talk to you, trying to guide you to maybe a different career, a career path. And for some of you, if you're maybe confused about what you should do, or some of you may be having ideas that are coming to you, it's going to be important for you to take the time you really need, or the time that you're guided to take, to really think about this, to really contemplate it, get the answers, you know, from within about what way to take this. You know, that's your own, like your own unique path, right? So I feel like, you know, a lot of you know you have the answers that you need, the answers that you're seeking, that maybe some of you are watching readings like this for. You know what to do. Okay. I feel like for some of you, you're just scared, and that's why Spirit's reminding you that, you know, you can trust yourself. You just have to do it. Okay. So let's see, how may this be challenging, Capricorns? How may this, because it's a lot of responsibility. Okay. 10 of Wands here. I feel like for some of you, it's heavy. It's a lot of responsibility, and you know it is. But I also want to remind you that just because it's a lot of responsibility, if it's coming to you, it's because you can handle it. Okay. You are the GOAT after all. So just know that, you know, it may feel like a lot. For some of you, it may be taking on a new burden, but that's sometimes the cost of what it is that we ask for. When you want more money, that comes with a greater responsibility. When you want a higher paying job, that also comes with a greater responsibility. So I feel like for some of you, this is, things are shifting for you. For those of you that have been asking maybe for a shift, have been asking for maybe a pay raise, things like that. I feel like this is the time where Spirit is really wanting you to consider what you've been asking for as it's continuing to come in. Make sure it's what you want, because certain rewards come with sacrifice. Okay. And for some of you, that's what this involves. It's not only sacrifice of having more responsibility, and but it's also sacrifice of, you know, to have this responsibility may require more hours, right? It may require, you know, less time to do certain things that you want to do, or maybe that you're used to doing. So maybe, you know, just make sure you're considering these things. Make sure you're really taking the time to sit with yourself and ask, why do I want this? Or, you know, make sure that, are you willing to sacrifice what may be asked of you in order to have what it is you're asking for? Okay. So just saying. All right. So Spirit, what is this trying to teach or show the Capricorn? What is this trying to teach or show Capricorns? Ace of Pentacles and transformation. That you have a brand new beginning here. I feel like some of you are coming out of a transformation, a very transformative period in your life. And like I said, where your psychic abilities, I feel like, are starting to increase. I feel like I said, for some of you, they're coming online. And it's guiding you to make certain moves. And you guys, I feel like, are starting to see the results of that. It's showing you how powerful you are. It's showing you how much work you've done. And for those of you that have been kind of like, I did the work, but I'm not seeing any results type of thing, the results are starting to show themselves. Okay. So I feel like for some of you, you may be getting an opportunity or coming into some type of money. Okay. This could be, like I said, coming in the form of a brand new job, a promotion, something like that. Or this could be like even a business deal that is going to change your fucking life. Okay. It's trying to show you that by, you know, this money, it's going to change your life, but something has to maybe end first. Okay. Maybe an old way of living, an old way of being, an old way of thinking, an old way of doing. Something has to die for this to be let in. Okay. And it may be overwhelming. For some of you, that's what this challenge is about, where it's not only responsibility, but for some of you, it's requiring you to drop certain things, to drop certain other maybe obligations. Are you willing to do that? Okay. Are you willing to make that sacrifice to have this brand new beginning that could essentially, you know, give you a whole brand new life, right? Like a whole new way of living and being, right? Are you ready for that? Are you willing to sacrifice the old you for the new you? Are you willing to sacrifice the old life for a new life, right? Something that some of you maybe need to ask yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna take note of that. Your title. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, how are you helping Capricorns through this? Hierophant. This is teaching you. This is definitely teaching you. It's positioning you to be able to teach others through your own experience. For some of you, that's part of what you signed up for. Or for some of you may have been like in maybe, let's say, the entrepreneurial side of things. Now you guys are shifting into where you're starting to teach now. So I feel like for some of you, Spirit is helping you shift your business or shift your whatever you do for work, shifting it into teaching. For some of you, you're being guided to, you're like being positioned to have a new beginning in teaching something, sharing your knowledge in some type of way, being some type of guide, like some type of leader in some type of way. Okay. But this is also giving you the wisdom and knowledge that you need to take it forward into the next part of your journey. Okay. All right, Spirit, what's the potential outcome? And I say potential because your decisions day to day, moment to moment can change your destiny completely. It is that simple. You are that powerful. So that's why it's a potential, because if you make it, depending on what decision you make, can change the outcome, right? So you have the King of Potions. Okay, so I feel like this could definitely be you. You know, stepping into a role that maybe requires you to be more caring and compassionate towards other people, but also towards yourself. Okay. But this is also about not letting, you know, things outside of you bother you. Okay. Knowing when to be emotionally available for other people, but also know when to hold back. So for some of you, this could definitely be someone that you're meeting. Okay. Or a situation that's happening that's actually humbling you in some type of way. 5 of Potions at the bottom. It's 5 of Cups. So what some of you don't see though, Capricorns, is that anything you feel like you're losing, or that you feel like you may be like kind of like mourning over, it happened for a reason, okay? It was destined to play out that way, all right? So it's important for you to remember that things are changing, okay? Changes are, which is the only constant, right? Things are always changing, but your luck is changing at this time as well, okay? Things are turning in your favor. Justice is going to be served here in a situation, especially anything that you feel like I said, if you're dealing with the Virgo or something's going on with the Virgo, that could have to do with a court system, a judgment, a contract, something like that, okay? I feel like things will go in your favor. Some of you, you know, maybe feeling like you lost in a situation if it doesn't go in your favor, but just know that in that supposed loss, I feel like there's a lot to be gained here. There's wisdom, there's knowledge that you can take and maybe turn that into some type of profit, turn that into, you know what I'm saying, a way to maybe help the collective, help teach other people through your own experience, right? So for some of you, that could be what some of you are guided to do, or maybe through your own experience, through maybe a court situation that you're dealing with, you're learning so much because it's positioning you to maybe be able to fight and defend people who have had to deal with the same thing you're going through. That's for somebody. Shit. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, as we put the pieces together, right? Lord. Okay. All right, Capricorn. Let's clarify here, shall we? Okay. I'm glad we're making good on time though, so that's good. All right. Spirit for Capricorn. Can we clarify the Hermit, please? Why is it here for Capricorn? For what this... I feel like for some of you, you know this is something that maybe you're being called to do. For some of you, this is about like advocating for single moms or single fathers, or you know what I'm saying, or people that like single dads that, you know, get screwed over by the justice system. You know what I'm saying? Some of you are being guided to, you know, kind of like start a revolution about that, you know? So if that's something you're being guided to do, you know what I'm saying? What are you waiting for, right? You can accomplish anything you want, Capricorns. Y'all know that. So, for some of you, this has to do with your healing, your own healing journey, okay? I feel like some of you are healing through something. I feel like as your life is changing and certain things are shifting, it's showing you how much work either you've done or that you still have to do, okay? I feel like Spirit is asking you to be patient with yourself at this time, all right? Things take time. Do your best to stay as balanced as possible through these changes and shifts. That, I mean, you know, with the things, it's like all the planets are direct now. So it's like things are starting to move forward. So it's like if you haven't done that work, that inner work, it may be difficult for you, okay? But for those of you that have been taking the time to do your shadow work and things like that, you know, things are starting to move forward. As, you know, you've been maybe feeling stagnated, things are going to start moving forward. So I feel like for some of you, though, this is the time to start your healing journey. For some of you, this is a time where things are shifting and intuitively, you know, I feel like what needs to happen here, okay? I feel like you know it's going to help you start having a new beginning. For some of you, it may lead to a whole brand new, like a brand new journey, right? Because you've released, you've made room for something new, okay? And I feel like that's exactly what's happening here, where some of you, it's, for some of you, you may be finding balance with the Virgo. You may be, you know, maybe things are being, things in maybe a court situation are going in your favor, and maybe you guys are able to, you know, finally heal the situation, heal the connection. Like, who knows? But for some of you, it's, you know, it's kind of like there's healing that needs to be done here. That's why you feel, some of you may be feeling weighed down. You may be feeling like you have too much responsibility. There's too much weight on your shoulders, and that's because there's, I feel like for some of you, things that need to be released. But it's up to you to really do the work and go within, right? Go into that hermit mode, go within yourself and really discover what is there, what needs to be seen, what needs to be acknowledged and looked at, right? You need to see it in order to release it, right? Spirit, can we clarify the 10 of candles? Clarify the 10 of candles. What is it here for Capricorn? For how this may be challenging them. New beginning. So for some of you, that's what the challenge here is to let it go, so you can have a new, let it go to start over. It's like the end. It's like you're already at the end. Now you just need to drop it. Just like finally just be like, you know, you're there. You're already there. Now it's like waiting. This goes to the 10 to the 0, like the Fool. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that is. So I feel like for some of you, you're feeling challenged with finally releasing something. I feel like it's already done. You just have to decide to let it go. How bad do you want a new start? But for some of you, that's you know, the challenge here. And so that's where Spirit is saying that, you know, go within, be patient with yourself, okay? Stay balanced, as balanced as possible. Alchemize the energies. That's what the temperance does. For some of you, you're dealing with the Sagittarius. You also have Taurus here, Scorpio. But for some of you, this is part of your transformation. This is part of that journey that some of you, I feel like, are experiencing at this time. It's taking you in a different direction, and that can definitely be scary. But, you know, I feel like some of you know that it's time, okay? And that could be why it's kind of like challenging you, because you know you're so close. I feel like some of you know you're so close to having this new start, to having this new beginning. It's just a matter of you trusting yourself enough to, you know, finally jump. And that's where Spirit is saying, again, face everything and rise, okay? Because when you, it's like for example, when you walk into a dark room, right? It's dark until you turn the light, and then it's not dark anymore, right? Because you shed light on it. So it's the same thing. I feel like some of you, it's just Spirit really wants you to be patient with yourself and go within and maybe really ask yourself those tough questions. Where is this fear coming from? Why am I doubting myself? Why am I scared to fail? Or, you know, why does it feel like failure if I don't get the result that I want? You know what I'm saying? There's something to learn there. That doesn't mean you failed. You fail when you quit. That's failure, when you decide to quit, because there's no, you gave up. There's no room to learn or learn anything or progress, right? So let's see. What this is trying to show you is, I feel like you have a new beginning on the other side of this transformation. You have a brand new start. For you, for some of you, it's a brand new idea that has the potential to be something very lucrative, okay? To lead to something long-term and stable, okay? Spirit, can we clarify the Ace of Pentacles in this transformation, please? Okay, the Four of Pentacles. So that's for some of you, plenty of money to save, to have a stable, you know, solid foundation, okay? After a period of heartbreak, okay? To be able to bounce back from that, to bounce back from, you know, a period of feeling like you lost, feeling like, you know, you're pained. It's like giving you a chance to start over, right? It's like I'm even learning that myself. Like, things that have left my life, it sucked in the moment, but it's showing me the things that I've been asking for. You have to make room for it. You have to be able to sacrifice some, like, certain things to let new things in. That's required. It's like, if your life is only as big as this, you know, candle, right? It's like there's only so much wax that can fit in here. If that was all your experiences, your memories, your, you know, knowledge and wisdom, there's only so much you can put in here. So it's like you have to be willing to release, you know, some of what you don't need in order to make room for more, right? So I feel like for some of you, you know, this is what you're being guided to do. Hierophant at the bottom again, okay? So it's about the wisdom. I feel like some of you, your contract has been fulfilled, and now it's time to move forward. It's time to close it out and let it go, okay? For others of you, with whatever justice is I feel like happening here, it's putting you guys in a new direction, and it's just a matter of you allowing that process, okay, and not fighting it, not resisting it. And it's like, and you don't have to tell people, you know, what you're doing and what you got going on, what your plan is, if that's what you're worried about, like what other people will say. Fuck them people. Don't tell them. They don't need to know anything. And I feel like some of you are being guided to keep it to yourself anyway. Okay, Spirit, clarify the Hierophant for Capricorn, please. For how Spirit is helping. For some of you, you're getting a new contract. You're being like, if something is being like say, for example, if some of you are being laid off, for some of you, you're like instantly getting a new job like the next day type shit, because you trusted the process, because you trusted your own guidance to make a certain decision or make a certain phone call or send a certain email, whatever. It's like, you know, you've learned how to follow your intuition. You learned how to trust yourself. You learned how to respect yourself. Okay. Now, for some of you, you're showing up in your own reading, Capricorn. Welcome to the reading. So, I feel like Spirit is teaching you how to overcome your fear here. Spirit is teaching you, or what this situation is trying to teach you, okay? What it's trying to teach you or show you is you have all the wisdom and knowledge you need to overcome any form of addiction, any fear, anything holding you back or keeping you stuck or bound. But it's also showing you how you can be your own worst enemy, okay? Because you guys, Capricorn in specific, this is your major arcana in the tarot deck, which represents temptation. It represents our ego, right? So I feel like for some of you, this situation is showing you how much in control you really are of your own self, your own actions, your own vices, the things that we let make us, you know, allow us to make certain decisions that we probably shouldn't make. We're always in control of that. So I feel like for some of you, this is teaching you how to respect yourself. By respecting yourself and choosing yourself, putting yourself first, you can make better choices, right? And you can avoid temptation. You can avoid things that make you feel stuck, bound, tied, and scared to make certain decisions or make certain, you know, take certain opportunities that may come to you. So let's see, potential outcome. Spirit, clarify the King of Potions for Capricorns, please. So for some of you, the potential outcome here is this could be someone that's coming towards you, okay? Someone that you may be meeting. Cancer. So victory, okay? Some of you are being, this is like coming into this energy of being unbothered and, you know, really having victory over, you know, whatever challenge you may be facing, whatever challenge you feel like you're, that you can't maybe surpass or get over. It's like you're not letting it bother you. You're being caring, compassionate, and that's what's going to move you forward. For some of you, it's like you're choosing love. It's like you're choosing love over the drama. And, you know, it's like choosing love over fighting, love over fear, right? Love over fear will always push you forward. Fear is like one of the major, you know, things that can hold you back. So choosing love over fear, it'll always win. It'll always trump, no matter what. So I feel like for some of you, by you controlling your emotions and, like, you know, allowing yourself to hold yourself back from any temptation, like realizing that I'm the one who's letting this happen, that's when you become victorious, because you're being accountable. When you take accountability for your own actions and your own temptations, and knowing that just as easily as you can do something is just as easy as you could stop yourself, that's where the power lies, in holding yourself accountable. Because you can make, you know, you can choose either one, and choosing the latter of the two is where the power lies. That's where you have the victory that you've been looking for, because you're then in alignment, because you're in control. You're not letting your ego drive your life. It's not leading you down the wrong path. You become in alignment when you do that. When you allow yourself to get grounded emotionally and not let your, you know, anything that you feel like you lost control and make you like start drinking and smoking and doing a bunch of different stuff to try to push that down, it then puts you in a place to really sit with your emotions and be grounded in that. And that's when you're victorious, because you become in alignment. That's finding that balance, right? Interesting. Sacral chakra. Yep, that's your emotions. It's your second chakra. So I feel like for some of you, you may be working on your sacral chakra, okay? Then we have the Ace of Wands here. This is your inspiration being re-sparked, being, you know, kind of like reignited for some of you. And that happens when you are in alignment. When you honor how you feel, that's when you allow that emotion to flow. When you're in that flow, that's when ideas come, creative ideas come. That's where your creativity is sparked and heightened, and, you know, all those things. So I feel like, you know, it's available. The energy is available to you if you want it. But, you know, you have to allow yourself to get in alignment and not be scared of, you know, potentially being successful. Don't let the possibility of success scare you. Like, you deserve that, right? So let's get Major Arcana. That's why this was so short. I was like, I'm missing something. And I didn't, and now that I think about it, I didn't even pull one of these for I don't know. Anyway. Okay, Spirit for Capricorns. Let's see. What is this major event? Let's get more insight to this major event. I was supposed to do this earlier, but I'm not gonna skimp y'all on it. I'm gonna still give you a major. So, you know, see how this ties into the rest of your reading. Ooh, Hierophant again. So yes, this is about, some of you you're meant to teach. Some of you, this is like heavy on being a teacher. For some of you, this is about the wisdom and knowledge gained. Okay. Star energy here at the bottom, so healing, all right, being on the right path. This is the destined, like, I feel like some of you are following your intuition, and you're starting to see that this is the way your career may be shifting. For some of you, you're seeing that it's supposed to happen this way, okay? For some of you, it has to do with the justice system, or, you know, like the scales and balance and justice and karma, things like that. But, you know, some of you, this could be a new contract. Like a new, like I'm hearing like enlistment, like re-enlisting. Some of you may be re-enlisting like the military, or your spouse might be. but it's giving me that type of energy where you might be like renewing your contract or extending a contract. If you were like a, let's say, independent contractor or something, I feel like some of you may be guided to extend your contract, or maybe you're leaving one department to go to another department. And that could have to be, like I said, those of you that may be working in the justice field, the justice system. There could be maybe something you're dealing with the justice system that is like prompting or kind of like the catalyst to this career change, or this, you know, it's kind of like some of you are experiencing something that's driving you to like start working in that field in order to advocate for it. That's what I'm getting. It's like, I feel like some of you are, whatever you're experiencing through the court system, it's like it's like your purpose is changing for some of you, or shifting because of that experience. It's like, I need to fight for this and I need to learn about it. So I feel like some of you are being guided to do that. And I feel like some of you are like, you need to keep it on the low until you're actually like maybe working in it, or actually done with the schooling that you're being guided to take for it, or something like that. Okay. So let's get some advice. Spirit for Capricorns, please. Okay. We're making hella good on time. I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I really am. I really, really am. Interesting. I love it. Okay, Spirit for Capricorn, some advice, please. Let's put messages of advice. I feel like too, by you guys, that what this is also giving me here with this potential outcome is Spirit is saying that I feel like some of you, because some of you may be tempted to like say something or go off on somebody or something. And I feel like by your ability to stay calm, cool, and collected is what's going to help you, I feel like, put you into alignment in some type of way. Okay, Spirit, some advice for Capricorns, please. Advice for Capricorn, Spirit. Judgment. So this is about making a decision, but this is answering the call. Some of you, you're being awakened here. Maybe this situation is awakening some of you, and now it's time to make a decision. What are you going to do? Okay. Some of you know what decision needs to be made. You know exactly what you're being guided to do, and now it's time to face your fear and rise and go ahead and make that decision. Make that, you know, go ahead and answer that call. Some of you, like I said, this has to do with your path and purpose. You're being called. Some of y'all are awakening to your calling. And that's why some of you are seeing that you had to go through this experience, because it's your fucking calling to advocate for it. You had to experience it so you can know who needs to help fighting for that. Damn. That's crazy. That is what this reading is about, you guys. Wow. Capricorn, that is so profound. Some of y'all have been going through like a really shitty court situation, not realizing that all this was happening for you, to position you to go to school or whatever that is, to advocate for this, to help other people fight cases or fight their own situation who's dealing with it too. Because the court system is not designed for a lot of us. It's not designed for many people to win. It's not set up for your benefit. So for some of you, you specifically had to go through this situation, had to go through this court thing. And for some of y'all been hard on yourself, not realizing it was for such a bigger purpose. You're taking it so personal, and it wasn't even about you. Wow. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what the advice is. Answer the call. Damn. Anything else, Spirit? Capricorn. Holy shit. I'm like, my mind's blown right now. Damn. If this reading has resonated with you up until this point, smash that like button, you guys. The Six of Swords tried to pop out, but it didn't, okay? But that represents moving on, okay? Moving forward. Damn. Capricorn. Let me just say, out of 3 cards that came out for your advice, they are all major. And guess what? The second card that came out with your advice is the Hierophant. The Hierophant. Hierophant. 3 times, Capricorn. The same card in 3 different decks has come out for you today. Y'all are meant to be some type of teacher, some type of guru, some type of like leader in some type of way, someone who is well respected, okay? But some of you, Spirit may be humbling you to help you get a hold of this, of your ego. Some of you, you're meant to do this, but some of you, you let your ego take over, and you can't do that. So I feel like for some of you, you're being humbled in some type of way to get control of this. You need to be able to control your, integrate it, okay? Can't get rid of it, but you can integrate it. You can work with it, right? Not letting it take over though, because that's where you get your ass in trouble, right? So for some of you, Spirit's advice here is about answering the call. It's time to make the decision, because I feel like some of you, your psychic abilities, your intuition has been telling you, guiding you to this and letting you know that yes, this is your calling. You're being called. You're being called to teach about this, to be a leader about this, an advocate for this, whatever that is for you. Some of y'all, it's just a matter of stepping into your power, deciding that I can do it, trusting yourself and having the confidence you need, that driving motivation, desire to be successful, because you're meant to do it. This is about stepping into your power, putting that ego in the back seat, okay? And really stepping into your power, getting back control of the situation, which is your own life, right? And being accountable for your decisions or lack thereof, whatever that is, right? And, you know, doing what needs to be done, answering this call. Wow. Yeah. It may take time, but you guys have come so far already. It's like you might as well keep going. I feel like you've been waiting. Some of you have been already like putting in like investing in this, like working on this. So it's like you're almost there. You just need to keep going. Some of you have been kind of like wondering, like, is this something I should pursue? Yeah, you should. You should. You've been wounded before. This is a wounded warrior energy. Okay. And that analytical, like, shouldn't I? You know, yeah, you should. You're being called. The Hierophant is showing up here 3 times. Yes, you should. You should. You really should. For some of you, you know what this is. For others of you, this may serve as confirmation, divine confirmation, okay? If that is. So, really quick, Capricorn, before I let y'all go, something that came to me after I was trying to upload your the other part of the video was, for some of you, while this talks about career, for some of y'all, this could definitely be talking about love too, okay? Because this Hierophant card done shown up 3 times. So for some of y'all, if you're being guided to seek out a mentor or some type of like a coven, for those of you that are like in the craft, those of you that are like seeking like a spiritual mentor, things like that, you may be guided to get one, to work with one. I feel like for those of you that resonates, this is Spirit saying to do that. Some of you, that's part of the advice here, is to make the decision. Okay, you know a decision needs to be made about maybe either becoming one or working with one, okay? I feel like for some of you, it will empower you. It will put you where you need to be. Now, for others of you, this could definitely be talking about, if this is something to do with the love situation, okay? Something that you've been maybe considering. For those of you that this has to do with, like I said, a Virgo, that maybe you want to heal things with, that you maybe want to restore balance in a connection, but for some of you, there are things that needs to be released first before this new beginning can be had. But it's trying to show you that a new beginning is possible here. However, things can grow. This can progress. However, okay, things need to change. Like the slate needs to be wiped completely clean, started completely over, okay, before, like there's healing that needs to be done that I feel like some of you may be holding on to. There's maybe some heartbreak or pain that some of you are holding on to. And for some of you, that is what this is showing you. Or some of you are holding on to some pain that needs to be released. Like I said, there needs to be some things released, and that could be for some of you what the challenge here is. This is what came up with the challenge. For some of you, that is what this is. Old baggage that needs to be released before you can have a new beginning, before you can have a new start. So for some of you that, you know, really want maybe to give something a second chance, Spirit is saying that it can work, right? But there's still something that some of you are holding on to, harboring pain that maybe you're harboring, that needs to be released first, okay? So it's like, it's definitely here that it's possible, but you have to, you know, be willing to do that. And then, you know, for you to actually be in a bit more balance, it'll put you, the potential outcome is being in a more balanced position to be able to charge forward and get what it is that you want, have victory in the situation. But again, it's all, this energy is available to you, but it's a matter of, are you willing to do the work of dropping maybe what you've been holding on to, past baggage, in order to have, you know, what's trying to come to you, is trying to be available to you now. Okay, so that's for some of y'all. So yeah, let's get you guys some trinkets and I'll close you out. All right, Spirit for Capricorns. So We have octopus. So for some of you, that speaks of protection, needing to protect yourself, protect your, maybe your plans. For some of you that have been considering doing this, maybe keep it to yourself until you actually put it into motion, until things actually are manifested. Keep it to yourself, because you don't want anybody else, putting their, negative energy on your plans, trying to maybe convince you that it ain't gonna work, or that you shouldn't, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're being guided to keep it to yourself for a reason. Okay. So we also have turtle. All right. That's a very spiritual animal. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. That's exactly what I was talking about here with the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. The Pentacles in tarot, the timing is years. Okay. So that means that something may take time, but you've already come so far. So it's like, keep going, but try different things. Okay. See what works. But some of you, it's like you might not find the exact way you want to like market a course or build a course or something like that, or how you want to structure it, but you have to just try different things. It's trial and error. But some of you have been really questioning, am I supposed to teach, or am I supposed to be this type of leader, or this type of, higher authority, this well-respected person? Yes, you are. You just need to pursue it. You need to believe in yourself, face your fears, right? Because your fears, this also represents your fears, ego, right? So this is teaching you how your own ego is getting in the way of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. For some of you, that's as simple as this is how you're letting your ego and your temptation take over, and it's not helping you for some of you, okay? And it makes sense though, because that's your major arcana, but that's why it's important to integrate. We got to find moderation in everything, right? So we have Aquarius, okay? We have, look at y'all showing up in your own fucking reading. Capricorn, okay? Twice. Showing up in your own reading. Taurus. What Taurus is all up and through this reading, okay? Another earth sign, and Libra, all right? So some of you may have Libra in your chart, which also represents a justice. So it's like, it's repeating things here, repeating, messages. So Capricorns, that is what I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that whatever you came to this reading for, you found. I hope you got the clarity, insight, confirmation to your situation. If you've enjoyed this reading and the vibe here with the tribe, I really appreciate it.